Lost in the dark. It's not a good day to be a bad guy.
What's up, metalheads? This is Wayne.
And Michelle.
And we are from the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast. And you are listening to
Burton and Aaron on the Lost in the Dark podcast.
Raise your horns.
Welcome back, Crypt Pro! And thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Lost in the Dark podcast. Tonight, we welcome back our brother Aaron from Victims of the System back to the show. We have a phenomenal time on this one, talking about their last two most recent releases and so much more. We just dive in to all kinds of crazy shit. This is gonna be a really fun one. But before we get into that, we got some shout outs up first. Some tour shout outs presented by the Legend Recording Agency. Shout out to Keith, our brother from the Convalescence. We got the Exorcism tour featuring our Crypt Crew family now, Living Dead Girl and Fate Destroyed. This tour, I think it actually has one day earlier than this that just got announced somewhere else, but the official tour poster says that it kicks off in Westland, Michigan at the Joy Manor, which we will be in attendance. It goes through Indiana, Kentucky, Florida, South Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. And it features Fate Destroyed and Living Dead Girl, two amazing fucking bands going right now. And we cannot wait to finally get to see them live in person performing. You know, of course, we had Molly from Living Dead Girl on the show, and she was amazing guest. One of my favorite episodes we've done to date, actually. And can't wait to see her finally perform live. So that's going to be just really an amazing experience. And so if you are if you're listening to this right now and the Exorcism tour is coming anywhere near you, buy a ticket now, because it's going to be fucking amazing. The next show that we want to talk about real quick is, of course, happening on Saturday, August 13th. The Michigan Metal Fest is back this year, baby. We got fucking 30 plus bands, 3 stages. We got Casket Robbery, Coffin Talk, Throne, fucking Tyrant, fucking Filth, Beyond Threshold, Heartsick, Raven Black, Green Jelly, The Convalescence, and headliner currently is Attila, but additional headliners to be announced. It's gonna be fucking insane. I'm so happy that the Michigan Metal Fest is coming back, and I cannot wait. It's one of the best festivals that I've ever been to in the metal scene. Like, it's absolutely amazing. So everybody that can make it to the Michigan Metal Fest, do it, because we will be there, and it's gonna be the Mad Notes, motherfucker. It's going to be the Mad Notes. So that's going to do it for the tour shout outs. Now let's get into some real quick, some podcast shout outs. We got the Dipping Milk in Cookies podcast, hosted by Garrett the Cookie Commander Smith and Mike the Master Milker Sarcovio. Join these two best friends as they try to figure out this thing we call life using friends, guests, and microphones. And they do a killer job every week. They have amazing segments. They do like the question of the week, where they ask a question on their Facebook. Be sure to follow their Facebook group. And they ask a question, and if you answer it, they will read your reply live on air, which is a fucking amazing, brilliant, and genius way for fan interaction on a podcast. We need to incorporate something like that soon, because it's genius. And of course, they do the Master Melker's Mysterious Mysteries, where they get into the paranormal stuff. And we will have to do a crossover episode sometime soon, because I cannot wait to pick Mike the Master Melker Segovia's brain about paranormal topics. So everybody be sure to check out all things Dipping Milk in Cookies podcast. And of course, last but never least, you heard him at the top of the episode. Coming to you from the glacial dumping ground known as the Michigan Basin, Wayne and Michelle are a husband and wife Michigan-based. Shit, I did that totally wrong. Sorry. Refresh. Coming to you from the glacial dumping ground known as the Michigan Basin, Wayne and Michelle are a Michigan-based husband and wife educator and podcasting duo that examine UFOs and other paranormal topics within Michigan and beyond. Topics include UFOs, the paranormal, conspiracy theories, ghosts, alternative history, the Michigan Dogman, Bigfoot, cryptids, and all things strange and paranormal. Wayne and Michelle of the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast are two of my favorite people we've ever met. We've done plenty of crossover episodes. We have even done reads for each other, which you heard at the top of this one, and every episode. They are amazing. They're amazing. Their podcast is a gift that keeps on giving for me. Every new guest that they have on, I find a new rabbit hole to explore. So they are fucking amazing, and we're definitely going to do more with them in the future. So everybody be sure to check out all things Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast. And that's going to do it for the shout outs. Without further ado, let's get into this one. Everybody, Crip Crew, join me in welcoming back the Crip Crew legend himself, Aaron from Victims of the System. Enjoy. Love you all. We are back. What's up, everyone? We are back with Aaron from Victims of the System. And we got some shit to talk about tonight. Well, honestly, I want to start off by saying there we go. Even farther back. I want to start off by saying, but of course I said it to you on the day, but for all of our listeners and everyone, Aaron just celebrated a birthday. Happy birthday, buddy. So
Thank you.
Everybody knows. This is our first, this is our first guest episode since we recorded, even though it's not out yet, the 4-year anniversary episode, which you were a part of. You were actually a part of. It was the first time we ever went live on Instagram. That was a lot of fun. I want to do that some more. I had a lot of fun with that, actually. I was surprised. I figured if you were up, because it was pretty late, I was like, if Aaron's up, he might hop on, but I figured you might be it. But then a few other people did. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy.
What'd you think about my stand-up comedy in the comments, though?
Fucking hilarious. It was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So you just celebrated a birthday and
An anniversary.
and an anniversary. That's true. But one really big thing that you just did to celebrate was you went to your second ever, correct me if I'm wrong, your second ever heavy metal concert, right?
Yeah.
And who'd you see?
Cannibal Corpse, Shadow of Intent, and Whitechapel and Revocation.
Ah, okay. So who played first? Was it Shadow of Intent or Revocation?
Yeah, Shadow. I walked in a little late and I already heard him playing, and I was hoping, because I didn't think I was that late, but I walked in, because when I went to the fucking Black Label concert, it was like I was there on time, but I still had to wait about 30 minutes before anybody even started setting up,
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, but so I get there like 2 minutes late, right? And so I walk in and I hear music blasting, and I'm walking with my brother, and I'm like, I assume it's this way, And so we walk that way, and that's the wrong way. That's upstairs. So I asked this woman that works there, I was like, how do I get there? And she's like, I'll just walk around that corner. Walked around the corner, there's Shadow of Intent on stage playing. And I was like, oh, there they are, dude. All right. So we walked in.
I will say this. That is one weird thing about because so this is your only second show. The first one being Black Label Society back in November.
It was October.
I'm sorry. That's right. They had the Michigan date in November. Yep, that's right. Coming back to shows after pandemic, it used to be you show up you show up when the doors open, and you got anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour before the band comes on. Now, but after pandemic, it's been almost immediately the band comes on, and everything is like normally between bands, there's at least a half hour in between the band. Now it's like streamlined. Now it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was a little longer than 5 minutes with this one, but it was like wasn't as long as Black Labels. But we showed up on time, but we could not find a place to park, and the venue was great. It was Iron City at Birmingham, but the parking situation was awful.
Yeah,
but
that's a lot of them.
Yeah, but yeah, it was really cool. It was a good venue, like really good venue, I think. And yeah, the merch stand was huge. The merch stand was humongous. There was a whole section dedicated to it. The bathrooms, they were like decent. Like I would use those bathrooms, you know. And it was like
that's actually saying something. There's not a lot of metal venues you can say that about.
Yeah,
I've seen some weird shit in the bathroom.
Yeah. I didn't even go in the Black Label bathroom, man, because I looked back, like I had to piss, so I looked back at the bathroom, and someone opened the door, and there was a whole mosh pit going on in there, dude. I was like, I'm not even gonna try that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it was super easy to get in and out of the bathrooms. Everything was super easy. Like
that's nice.
Yeah, everything was pretty easy, like to navigate and shit.
It surprises me that Shadow went on first. I could be totally wrong about this. It just feels like they might have been around a little bit longer than Revocation, but I could be totally wrong about that.
I don't know about been around longer, but I know about relevancy, and I know that Shadow and City.
Yeah, I feel like I've listened to more Shadow than Revocation. I have a couple Revocation albums. Don't get me wrong, but like,
I've never heard of Revocation before them, but they were sick.
What'd you think of Shadow's performance though?
I saw about 3 or 4 songs, and they murdered. Like they did great. Out of the whole thing, Whitechapel and Cannibal were the best, and Cannibal really, like Cannibal, they did good. They did a good performance, but it was about as good as Shadows. So the only reason it was any better is because it was Cannibal. You know, but Whitechapel like put on a show, dude. Like Whitechapel put on a performance, man. And Revocation did good too. They had a good connection going with the crowd. Well, Shadow and Intent kind of did too, but it was like, yeah, that's my sister.
This I'm doing.
What are you getting?
Machine Gun Killer beanie.
Okay.
Like no, for my Machine Gun Killer shirt, sweatpants, and hoodie.
Okay.
In your face, dude.
Okay. Well, there's my. Hold on. But yeah, shout out. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not dissing Cannibal. They did a great job.
No,
there was not a band that was weak on set, but it was like, but Cannibal really, the only reason I was so like, holy shit, is because it was Cannibal. Like with Black Label could have been that way. I could have like, they could have fucking shot, but I would have been like, damn, that was awesome because it was Black Label, you know? But Cannibal, they didn't like shit the bed or anything, but they didn't bring anything like insane besides like Corpse Grinders, like commentary and some, like the lights were decent. It was just red the whole time. But Whitechapel's lights were insane. Fucking Revocation, their lights were pretty cool too. Like it started completely dark, and then like it was like ding ding, and then all the lights came on, and he was screaming, and it was fucking awesome. And I don't know how Shadows started, but their light show was pretty good too. But Whitechapel lighting was insane. Like Whitechapel came to fucking play, dude. And Whitechapel even covered Hammer Smash Face for like 15 seconds, and that was fucking awesome.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he was like, shout out to who were all here to see Cannibal, and then they played Hammer Smash Face for like 15 seconds. I was like, holy shit, this is insane.
That's great. That's great. I mean, well, okay, so that is now, and don't get me wrong. I will, if it's up to me, I will never miss a Cannibal Corpse show ever. That if I have the opportunity to go, I'll go. The only reason I didn't see this tour is because the day I went to go buy a ticket, my show sold out. The Michigan sold out.
Mine was one
I went to go get the ticket.
Mine was one of the 3 that didn't sell out.
It's okay. So yeah, there you go. Like, and I didn't think it would, because it was still like a few days. It was still like 4 or 5 days before the show happened. I was like, I got at least a day or 2 before it sells out. Nope, I was wrong. So that really fucking bums me out that I missed this one. But That's having said that. Having said, I will never miss a fucking show if I have the ability to not miss it. Having said that, that is the one thing about Cannibal is they are gargoyles. They go up on that stage and they do not fucking move a muscle besides playing their instruments and whipping their hair. And there's really not a lot of a light show. There's not that much of a light show. It's all about the death metal. That's all it's about. It's flat out. That is all that people are there for. And there's you know, on the one hand, I love a Whitechapel, a Lamb of God, Children of Bodom, obviously, where they do the light show. They go extra crazy. They run a back and forth, constantly back and forth on the stage. So, Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson, for Christ's sake. Yeah. And that dude's older than everybody in Cannibal. But there's something to be said for. I do think that there is something to be said for like that old school death metal mentality of we're just gonna stand up here and fuck your brain with the music, like, you know what I mean? Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, I enjoyed it. And Corpse Grinder, he was really the one interacting with anybody. Like,
and that's the other ones. Everybody else, their hair is in their face the whole time. You can't even.
Well, I say that, but I don't mean it. Like I'm wrong. I know that I'm really thinking about it. Like the drummer pointed at me and blew a kiss to me, and he was pointing at other people, but that was after the set, But yeah, the drummer pointed at me, and Eric came over to Caleb and was pointing at him and gave him a pick. So they really all interacted with the crowd, but it wasn't as like it was more subtle than the other bands,
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
But yeah.
I do love watching them, and that's another thing to be said about them too, because they know damn well what their live show is. You know what I mean? This is what they do. And so for them to bring something like a Whitechapel is in direct support, where they're just going to blow everything up, and then they come out there, that's unbelievable confidence in what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like they're like, yeah, we're fucking Cannibal Corpse. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And you are, It's like,
yeah, Corpse Grinder.
And that's the other thing is the music, the performance is always perfect. I've never heard them play a bad show, and I've seen them at least 10 times. Then every single time it's almost like better. They sound even better. Like as musicians, they're endlessly talented.
Yeah. But yeah, Corpse Grinder was given like, he was doing this funny shit because that's Corpse Grinder. And he was like, is this is going to be the last song? If you don't want to be the last song, cheer. And he went on with that bit for like 15 minutes. Nice. He was like, after really careful consideration, I decided that this is still the last song. And yeah, but it wasn't even the last song, because he was like, are you ready? And I was like, oh shit, it's Hammersmith's Face Down. And he played Stripped, word I'm not going to say, and Strangled. And I was like, I've never really been into that song because of the lyrics and the name, but the opening riff was sick, dude. I
love the groove of that song. That dun dun dun. Like I love that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the original recordings, like vocal quality. It sounded like it was on a flip phone, and I was like,
yeah. I could see that. Yeah, I mean, that was off of one of the first two, wasn't it? Wasn't that?
Yeah,
wasn't that Eating
Back
but it's not.
Yeah, but I just can't get past the lyrics or the name. But
Fair enough.
But the riff, that is a sick fucking riff. And then after they finished that, he was like, I don't know where the fuck y'all are going. And then he was like, I assume you know what's next, but I'm gonna say it anyways. And then Hammer Smash Face, and yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Oh man.
And but the guitarist for Shadow pointed his guitar at me. The guitarist for Revocation pointed his guitar at me, and I got one of his picks. Then Whitechapel, while the whole set Whitechapel was playing, I was shaking the barricade, throwing my horns in there, lip flipping shit. Guitarist wouldn't look at me. Well, hold up. Here's the Revocation pick.
Let me see it, please. Yeah.
I can find it. It's somewhere like right in front. Okay, here it is. There's the Revocation pick.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's thick.
Yeah, he threw it, and then I didn't catch it, but I picked it up off the ground. And I don't know how anybody actually catches picks. That is damn near.
The only time that happens is when Odin literally comes down from the sky and guides the pick into your open
Yeah.
palm. Like
Yeah.
it's pure
But,
luck.
Because there was a few that hit my hand, and I was like,
Yep,
yeah,
me too. That's happened to me. Yeah.
but then Whitechapel wouldn't even look at me. I'm losing my mind the whole time. Set ends. Guitarist walks over there, hands this directly into my hand. He
Oh,
puts this in my hand. Says Whitechapel on the back. I'm not going to play with it too much because I don't want to fade it.
don't.
So-
Yeah, don't. Just keep those sick. You know, I'll send you.
But this one I
I'll
can
send
play
you a
with.
link for something.
Engraved. This one I can play with because it's engraved, and it's not.
Oh,
It's not-
okay.
Yeah, but yeah, this one is not mine. It's my brother's. But I play guitar and he doesn't, so it's in my room right now.
Didn't
But
you
what
catch? Didn't you catch some pics at Black Label too?
No, my friend did.
Oh, all right, all right.
But yeah, he caught like 3 picks, sold one to one guy, and then gave one to a guy in a wheelchair. And so as soon as Cannibal started, so as Whitechapel was going, I was seeing dots because I was losing my mind and I was really dehydrated, you know, because I was screaming and I didn't drink anything there. And so I was seeing dots and I was like, oh man, I gotta calm down. And then Phil was like, and I was like, oh man. So I started flipping shit some more. And then Cannibal comes out and I'm like, okay. And so Cannibal comes out and they start and I'm like, fuck yeah, Cannibal Corpse. And as soon as I said that, I had to grab my brother because I was about to pass out. And so I walked outside for a minute. And while I'm outside, the security guard's like, hey, you okay? And I was like, yeah, I just got a little dizzy. And he's like, okay, I understand, but stay right here so you don't get hurt. You're underage. Don't want anything happen to you. And I was like, all right, that's cool. That was a good job on his part. All the security
Actually, yeah.
did a good job. Like the security up front, they were talking to the fans. They were being really cool. And yeah, Caleb talked to one of them because he was standing there with a straight face and Caleb was like, you not like this music? And he was like, no, I'm not really. And yeah, but so while I'm outside, I come back, I get in the pit for a second, get my ass beat, get out. I walk around, I'm standing in all sorts of areas. Then I finally make my way back up to my brother because we were in the front row. And he's like, I'm like, oh, I'm back. And he goes like, shows me, and I was like, how the fuck? And what happened was I taught Caleb how to like get noticed, and I was like, if you want to get noticed, just lose your mind. And what I do to get people to point at me and stuff, like I'll shoot my horns, and then when they look at me, I'll point at them, and then they'll usually point back. And Caleb did that to him, and Caleb was like, give me a pick, and he gave him a pick, and it has H's carved in the back, which is pretty cool. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
H. Yeah, I don't know who that would
Eric
be.
gave it to him.
Huh?
It was Eric that gave it to him.
Oh, that's amazing. Eric Rutan is one of my favorite death metal guitarists of all time. And this is only one of the first few tours that he's played with Cannibal. I actually, like a couple before pandemic, I actually saw Hate Eternal open for Cannibal at a show. It was insane. Hate Eternal opened for Cannibal, and after they were done, Rutan was just hanging out at his merch booth all night, like talking to everybody. So he's a really cool guy.
Yeah, but my next show that I'm going to is less than a month away now. I'm buying the tickets on Friday. Hopefully they don't sell out before.
Cool.
Doubt they will though. I'm gonna have to go to Tennessee though.
Who is it?
The They Strikes Back tour, Exodus, Testament, and Death
Oh, yeah.
Angel.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to go to the Michigan one of that too. Yep.
Yeah.
That the next like bigger ones, I guess you could say, that I have planned, like in terms of, I guess, I don't know, I don't want to say bigger, but like more notable bands, I guess. Or is that one, Bass Strikes Back, and Chaos and Carnage.
Yeah, the
Carnifex, Lona Shore.
the only 2 concerts I've planned out for going to in the future, like really, really planned out, is They Strikes Back tour and Michigan Metal Fest. Those are the only 2 I'm really like, okay, I'm going to that. Because there's a lot of tours happening right now, but I'm looking for ones where I either haven't already seen them. Like, well, I don't have a problem with already, because right now I'm fresh to it, so I want to see as many as possible, you know? So it's like, Prong's on tour, and I've seen Prong, I'd be cool with going with that, but I don't know any of the other bands, and I want to see a band that I knew already for the first time. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then Obituary is also on tour. Don't know them either. Black Label's on tour again, but I think it's just Black Label this time.
Oh, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, they announced it very like subtly and quick. I didn't even think it was a tour when they announced it, but it had a bunch of dates on it, and I was like, oh.
Wow.
But then yes, I might go because Whitechapel and Shadow are going back on tour together with 2 other bands. And I might catch that. And I don't know the other bands, but I'm cool with seeing Whitechapel and Shadow again because that was sick.
I mean, Whitechapel always puts on a killer show.
Yeah.
Always.
And but yeah, not sure about like there's a good few tours going on right now, but none of them really like make me go like, damn, like I need that in my life. Like maybe the metal tour of the year or whatever with Megadeth and Lamb of God, but it's like I don't really like that much Megadeth, and I don't like Dave Mustaine, but it would be an enjoyable event, you know. And I don't like Randy Blythe that much as a person, but I do love Lamb of God music. But that would be a sick show, and I've listened to both those bands my whole life, even if it's not that much of Megadeth. I have listened to Megadeth my whole life, you know, and same with Lamb of God, so it would be sick to go to that. But then, yeah, and I'm not going to go to the Knotfest because that just passed, so I missed that opportunity. But
oh, damn. Oh, wow, it already went through there?
Yeah, my friend Tristan, he's in a band too called. He's not in Cranial Spider anymore, but he's in some black metal band now. He went and he sent me pictures and showed me his hoodie. And yeah, went.
That just blows my mind because it doesn't come up here until like middle of May, I want to say, or something like that. The way they do routing is so crazy to me.
Yeah, well, that's a completely different tour, basically, once they get through the first set of dates, because it's 2 other bands. Like, it's completely.
That's right. They got the legs. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right.
But, yeah. And then, but yeah, with the show I went to, I found a picture of me professionally taken with like a professional photographer that was in the front, took a picture of me with Phil. I was headbanging. You saw it.
Amazing picture. Amazing picture, dude. Like that's like I've never even had a picture like that. Like that's a really good one. That's awesome, dude.
And then,
I was so happy when I saw it. Like you texted that to me and you're like, that's me. I was like, you didn't even have to say that, bro.
I was making sure you knew.
I knew your face as soon as I was like, no way. Like,
but
great.
Then I found more videos like right before we started this episode.
Now, what do you mean by that? What do you mean? You like searched them on YouTube and you found like people's cell phone videos?
Yes. I found video of Hammer Smash Face with me in the front, and in that video it shows the drummer pointing at me. I found the video of Whitechapel guitarist handing me the pick. I found a video. Well, I've had the video of me with Shadow of Intent, so I have a video of me with Shadow of Intent, and I screenshotted parts of it, so I do have pictures with Shadow of Intent too. But not a single one with Revocation. Can't find one with me in Revocation, but I'll continue looking. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
The only interactions I really had with Revocation was him pointing his guitar at me in the pick, which wasn't like directly to me. So he did it a few times. So it's going to be hard even if I do find videos. There are videos of Revocation, but if I look for specific interactions, it's going to be a little more difficult than it was with the Whitechapel one and Shadow and all that. But yeah,
that is one of the coolest things about going to shows like that is like because you got to keep in mind I think my first show ever was 2005. I think was the first time. It wasn't metal or anything, but I think that was the first time I ever went to a show. And then my first metal show. That
was the year I was born.
Don't tell me that, Jesus.
Yeah.
But that's
What month did you go in that year?
It would have been summer. It would have been summertime because it was outside.
Okay, so I was a few months old.
Yeah.
When you
but then the first real metal show was 2006. So you got to keep in mind 2006. Everybody still had flip phones.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you
when I was a Yeah.
YouTube was maybe like 4 or 5 years old tops. Like there was nothing on it. You know what I mean?
YouTube came out in like, I think it was early 2006 or late 2005.
Okay. So yeah, there we go.
Because I used to tell people, "Oh yeah, I'm older than you two."
Yeah, it was basically like nothing at that point in time, and then randomly one day, my cousin, Preston, like tried to like went on YouTube and found some like videos of shows that we were at, and we started finding ourselves in the crowd in these videos. And the first really good one was actually Whitechapel. It was Whitechapel.
You showed me a video one time.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the I can never remember the name of it, but it's the Whitechapel song where it literally starts off where he just goes like that's yes, I think this is I never can remember. I always know it's on that album. I can never remember if it's the title track or not for some reason. But yeah, that song, The Wall of Death happened, and we found ourselves in that video. And to this day, it's one of my favorite fucking videos to go back and watch. And ever since then, we would regularly check YouTube. So not only that, but to also be able to like actually physically witness the progression of how much better people's ability to take a video at a concert has gotten over these years, where it started like basically on a potato and now it's like looks like a damn near pro shot footage, you know, on the modern cell phones. It's insane to me. And it's one of when I first started going to concerts, it's never something I never, you know, who would have thought that this would have ever happened? And it's such a cool like little aspect. And you know, people used to bitch all the time about why does everybody at concerts have their cell phones out and blah blah. And I get it. I don't really take that many videos at all anymore myself. But also,
when I do it, I pull it out, I'll record the part I want, and then I'll put my phone back in my pocket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm more interested in headbanging and moshing. Yeah, 100%. But also having said that, over the course of the pandemic, some of the old cell phone footage I have and some of the old footage I can find of myself on YouTube, dude, that shit meant the world to me when concerts got taken away. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting. Kind of goes either way. You could look at it.
But yeah, I want to flex the merch I got there.
Please do. And I have a question. Did you take a look at the Cannibal booth?
Yeah.
Did they have like a crazy mask?
They weren't selling them, but I did see them on stage.
Okay, well that's dope. That's dope because I saw them post about that and I was like, that is one of the coolest pieces of merch I've ever seen. Holy shit.
Yeah, they were on stage like through everybody's set. Like they were like on the end. Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Can you see that?
Oh my God, you got the Butchered Back to Life. What is that? The zip up?
Butchered at Birth. Yeah, it's the zip up.
Butchered at Birth, sorry. Butchered Back to Life. What the fuck?
But here's the sleeve.
I actually during pandemic I almost bought that hoodie. I'm not gonna lie.
Butchered at Birth.
Yeah, I love that one, man. It's one of my favorite designs.
It says Butchered.
It's got up the arm and the baby on the other side. I love that, dude.
Right, it zips up and just says Cannibal Corpse.
That is the best part, where it's just a flat logo across the chest. I love that.
And then I got this, but I didn't get it at the show. But it's Shadow of Intent. I got it today. It came in the mail today.
Now let me ask you something. Where'd you get it from?
Indie merch store.
Yes, I love indie merch. Love indie merch. Shout out to indie merch. Maybe someday they'll want to be a sponsor of this thing, because I spend way too much money at indie merch store.
Yeah, but it was about $40 because I paid for 3-day shipping. But yeah, and I also ordered a Dark Throne hoodie that's going to be here within the next few days.
Now, I don't know if this is bad etiquette or not. Maybe I'll cut this out and I'll just leave it here for you. But for future reference, whenever you shop on indie merch, use code. I can't remember if it's 10 Josta or Josta 10 for 10% off. It's because they are a sponsor of the Josta show, and I use that code every time. At least saves you on shipping.
Yeah, you told me that. But Dark Throne was not on indie merch store. I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then I ordered 40 patches. because my brother wants to start a battle jacket because he's a metalhead now.
Oh, so
I
you got some for him too?
yeah, I'm helping him out. I'm showing him bands. I gave him an incantation shirt. Gave him like he's got a Campbell shirt now. His jacket came in the mail today. He already started it, and I ordered him 40 patches. And yeah,
You are doing Odin's work right there, my friend, because that is I'm the oldest of three, and the other two are sisters that will never understand this music. So, and I've always wished that I had a little brother that wanted to get into it.
yeah. But my baby brother's into it. Like my 1-year-old brother Carter. Yeah, he had Bangs the Rage Against the Machine like all the time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. When my youngest sister was like baby, like 3-4 feet tall, she used to love Rage, but her favorite was Twisted Sister.
Oh, yeah, that was me, dude. That was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twisted Sister. That might like the patches I ordered. It shows a picture of all the patches it could be, but it's randomly selected, and you get to choose how many.
What?
So, yeah.
Are they all band patches?
Yes, there was a few that was like the anarchy symbol.
Where do you find this at?
Etsy.
Oh, huge horns up to Etsy. Look, not the wristbands. All of this and this came from Etsy. So fuck yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, and there was Twisted Sister in there. There was fucking, and I need a Twisted. The Twisted Sister have always had a vibe to it that I can't explain.
You gotta have a Twisted the TS patch. You gotta have one of those on the battle vest. Yeah.
Yeah, but
out of respect, you know.
Yeah. And because when I was a little kid, when I was in probably like 1st or 2nd grade, like on all my notebooks, I would do the big TS right in the middle.
Me too. Yeah, that and the Iron Maiden logo. Yeah,
I can do the Cannibal logo pretty well now and Slayer, but like
Slayer. Yep, that's another one.
Yeah, but the Cannibal one's not really that hard. Like it's more so looks like the older one a little bit, but it's kind of got the new. Can't really explain it, but when I do it, I just shake my letters a little bit, and it looks like very similar.
Have I ever shown you this picture back here?
Which one?
This one?
No.
All right. Well, the guy that drew this originally, the guy that has literally drawn every single Cannibal Corpse cover artwork since the first album. They've only ever had one guy do it, and he lives about an hour south of me up here in Michigan. And I found that out like a year or so ago. And so I found his website and I started buying some of his artwork. And this right here, let's see if I can get close. Motherfucker. All right, this is going to get way more complicated than I thought it would, but fuck it. We're already here. Let's dive in. Here, I'll just take this off. All right. So that is a picture of, it's the Rogues Gallery. It's all the monsters from all the albums except for the newest one. And that's one of like 300 prints that he ever did.
That's badass.
And it's all the fucking monsters from all the cover artwork. Yeah, I love that piece. That's a good one.
That's it. I got the closest thing I have to any of that is I have some like watercolors of Ozzy on some music sheets. And those are pretty cool.
Where did those come from?
My mom got them for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but they're cool. They're cool.
It was honestly, I wouldn't have bought it in a million years if I didn't have a podcast studio. So that's the only reason why it got purchased. But I love it. And actually, like when you order stuff off his website, you get to talk to him, and he's a pretty cool guy. And he does other stuff too. He does like stuff that looks kind of more like this. It's not colored in, it's just pencil drawings. Yeah, he does stuff from movies. His name's Vince Locke, for the record. A huge shout out. Everybody check out all things Vince Locke, Locke. And he does like pencil drawings of like movie monsters and stuff. And I bought he didn't have any up at the time. He does now, but he had like a Mecha Godzilla, like OG Mecha Godzilla. And I bought his drawing of that. Now I want a Godzilla and King Kong one too.
when you say OG, do you mean like
OG.
black and white Japan days, or do you mean like?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I'm more so like the middle era, like.
Or well, maybe more middle era. Like no, yeah, no, wait. No. It was the Mecha Godzilla I'm talking about. He's the one in color. Yeah.
The one where
the silver one where he walks around like this.
Oh, well then yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite's the one like, so you got the really old ones, you know, and then you got the new one. Mine's like directly between those. It's not like it's more. It's
that one.
It looks a little more modern. It doesn't have the pointy nose, and he doesn't walk like that. He's like kind of more like modern, but the new one, it's not him either. I think
son of a bitch. I forgot about that one. I forgot about the one I forgot about the one with the flatter nose.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Holy shit! I completely forgot about that one.
The stand-up action figure of him that was like this big, probably.
Hell
same with the Godzilla. So yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, but no, like Vince. I mean, honestly, like it was kind of through the podcast that I really started getting into album artwork artists. I wanted to know like all the who the fuck is drawing this shit. You know what I mean? Like who are these people? And man, I tell you what, like there's, you know, obviously we got Derek Riggs who created Eddie, and then we got Vince Locke who created all the cannibal stuff. But then, you know, the guys that did, you know, the people that did like the Bodum artwork, the Black Dahlia murder artwork, Slayer, you know, all that, you know, that iconic shit. Who the fuck took the pictures for like the Bark at the Moon cover? You know what I mean? Like so all this different like super iconic stuff that I just had no idea who these artists were. And so I just really started like diving in. We did long before you and I ever talked, like maybe in the first 50 or so episodes of this show, we actually did a short series. I think it's a playlist on our YouTube channel still of album artwork artists where we just talk about like, I think we did one episode on like Iron Maiden, Megadeth, Bodum. I know we did one on Bodum, and one maybe Slipknot. I don't know, I can't remember, but yeah, like it was that like really like got us going really deep into that sort of thing. And fucking I love it, dude. I love like finding like, dude, this album right here, what you're wearing on your shirt, like this is a great fucking album cover. I want to know who did this, and I want to know what other album covers they did, because you know, I don't know. Okay, well, maybe you have it, but it used to be a thing to like, sometimes I would walk into a record store and just find the most brutal artwork that I could find, and that's the album I would buy just based on that alone. And for the record, that's how I discovered Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, I know. I've heard this thing.
Yeah. I walked in and found Wretched Spawn, and I was like, this will freak the guy out. So I bought it. Like it's such a big element that I just feel like in this genre that doesn't get the props that it deserves anymore now that physical copies, there's a lot less of them. But at the same time, you know, I say that, but at the same time, you throw if Cattle Decapitation or Black Dahlia Murder or somebody like that puts up a reissue on vinyl with like a special color on the vinyl or whatever, they got 500 copies of it up on indie merch. It's gone in 6 hours, all of them, all 500. So the shit still sells to us, at least, you know what I mean? Like to our genre.
Yeah, and with album cover artists and shit, it's like when I thought about this pretty recently. It's like when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a metal musician and shit. I had it played out in my mind and stuff. I had recorded all that played out. I never thought about how I had to get album art made. I never really took that factor into consideration when I was looking forward to being a musician. And I don't remember when I realized that I had to do that. But now I'm thinking about it, and it's not really a hassle because most of the time I make it. Like I don't draw the pictures, but I make it myself. But you know, when you like want something specific or really good, it like costs money and shit, you know. But most of the time, it's worth it, you know. But I never really took that factor into consideration when looking like forward to making music.
Yeah, no, and honestly, neat. Like I never, when I was in a band, I never took actually getting it done and how to do that into consideration. The only thing I ever thought about it was like, oh, we got to have a mascot like Eddie. You know what I mean? Like that's as far as it went. But
Yeah.
because I was such a huge Iron Maiden nerd at the time. But that's you know, besides that, it was like, how would we even ever be able to do that?
Yeah, I like album covers that aren't like drawn pictures. They're like pictures. They're actual pictures, and they might have like a filter or something over it. But like Slipknot does it a lot, you know, Pantera. It's like real pictures. Like it's not.
Oh,
You know.
so like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I get what you're saying. All right. Interesting. You might be the first person. Okay. So, Aaron, if you had to, off the top of your head, give me one, or if that's too hard, your top 3 favorite album covers.
Favorite album covers. Shit, man. Okay, so I'm not gonna go in order. I'm gonna go.
No order. Just off the top of your head. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
It's
So-
definitely, Cowboys from Hell.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, and Vulgar Display Power. So there's
I
two.
love that one.
And then Osmosis by Ozzy, which isn't a real picture, I don't think, but it's still dope album cover. It could be.
It might be actually. It might be. That actually might be just with a little magic afterwards. Because at the time that came out, there wasn't a whole lot of computer generated shit yet. So that might be. I think that is a real pic. That came out when I was in high school. So yeah, I think that is a real picture. I want to say. I think it came out when I was in high school.
That was like one of the first Ozzy albums I listened to.
Great album. One of my. I love that album. Yeah. Fingers crossed we get the next one this year.
Yeah, man.
Have you? I think I asked you this the other night, but I wanted to talk to you about it on here a little bit. Have you seen Studio 666 yet?
No.
Well, you got to see it, dude.
And I might buy it Friday.
Rest in peace to Taylor. Rest in power. That was a big one. That's his name, right? Taylor Hawkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's having just seen him in a movie and laughing my ass off at some of his lines and having seen, you know, I never saw them live or anything, but I saw a lot of live performances over the years, and he always was very, very impressive, a very impressive performer to me, and that really bummed me out, man. That really bummed me out.
You think the Foo Fighters are going to stick with it?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I do. No, and because I don't think. I mean,
it'd be huge. It'd be a huge like disappointment if they didn't.
I don't think he'd want them to stop. Like we gotta, you gotta keep that one going. Like they're hitting such a great fever pitch. The movie like a movie like that being released in theaters today, it's gonna flop in theaters. But it's like, and it's on streaming services already. I don't know which ones. But as soon as it hits something like Prime or Netflix or Hulu, one of the, because I don't think it's on any of the bigger ones yet. As soon as it hits one of those, it's over. Or even Shudder. As soon as it hits Shudder, it's gonna be a fucking cult classic. It's gonna be a cult classic, dude. I guarantee it. It's a great movie. It's fucking hilarious. It has so many great inside music jokes for musicians. Like it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, man. But yeah, did you watch the Oscars? Yeah, you did. You told me.
Are we gonna talk about that?
Yeah. Yeah, Will Smith smacked Chris Rock, guys. This is wild.
All right. I normally don't talk about current pop culture topics like this, but unless it's metal. But what is Chris's last name?
Rock, so close enough.
It ties in. It ties in. There's the tie.
If
What side do you land on?
if it was Dwayne the Rock Johnson that made that joke, do you think Will Smith would have smacked him?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. Hell no.
Whose side I land on, man? I have no idea. Because there's a lot of ways this goes. There's a lot of thought that goes into it. But really, at the end of the day, it's not my place to think anything. What I think doesn't matter in the situation,
100%. 100%. Yeah.
But
For both of us. For both of us. Yeah.
But we're having a conversation, and if somebody's watching and they don't care what I think, then don't watch, because I'm going to talk about it. But so I have no idea whose side I land on, because Chris Rock, right? He was doing his job. He was being a comedian, a stand-up comedian, but he didn't know about the alopecia thing. So, I understand being upset by it when it's that close to home, it being his wife, and I understand Jada being upset by it. And Chris Rock also made a documentary about how important Black women's hair is, and how important that is to their culture and stuff. I don't know if you've ever watched that documentary.
Did not know that.
Yeah, but it's obvious that Chris Rock knows about what that means to Black women, and he still made a joke about it. But it was like a friendly little jab. That's what award show hosts do, But then Will Smith, let's get to his side. I'm all for smacking the shit out of somebody when they get a little too fucking crazy, I'm all for that. I love that. But one, it's giving people the impression that that's okay for somebody to walk on stage and smack the shit out of somebody. That's not okay. He shouldn't do that. It's at the Oscars, man. And I'm not into all the formal. I gotta be classy. I'm not for that. But dude, if you're there and you are for that, then act like it. And
if you're one of the biggest stars on earth,
yeah, I'm not saying don't fight at people, but don't do it on live TV, on stage, in front of people like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he was defending his wife. He was defending his wife with alopecia, but there were better ways to go about it. And then if you saw, he laughed when he made the joke, and you saw that, right? When he laughed about the joke. Yep. And a lot of things that went through my mind, maybe for me, at least, sometimes when someone says something like that, it'll take me a minute to register what they just said. That could have been it. He could have been just laughing because he knew he was on camera and then realized what he said and went that way. Or it could have been because he saw Jada's disappointment and, had to do something. But either way, at the end of the day, I really don't think he smacked him because of the joke. I feel like, especially with the whole August situation and the, her cheating on him and shit, he's very defensive when it comes to things like that. And he had already been clowned by the public. So he was really he wasn't smacking Chris Rock, and he wasn't smacking anybody because of the joke. He was smacking because he was tired of being laughed at. And that was his last straw, and he could not take any more pushing. And I think his apology was bullshit, but it's whatever, man. If he's not sorry, just don't say sorry. Don't pretend to be sorry. Just man up to it,
I feel like that was a very, very level-headed analysis. Honestly,
yeah.
that was taking other things into consideration. Yeah, that was a very thoughtful and level-headed analysis, I think, of that. I'm
all for the memes getting made, though. I'm all for the jokes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I land on it a little differently. It would be fairly difficult. Yeah, it'd be fairly difficult for, not impossible, certainly. There's been problems, lots of them, but it would become it would be, especially for someone on the stature of Chris Rock, for someone to get upset and offended by a comedian, and I'm almost always going to take the comedian side, because because we should be allowed to make jokes.
Yeah. Well, I've seen
That's
some.
that's the thing. No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
There's been some
yeah.
problems. There's been some problems.
Yeah, I've
Now,
seen-
but a lot,
saw-
but a lot of the ones, especially lately, that people have problems with, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like this, and I know I'm not in a place, but also, as you said, like that's the biggest thing for me. That's the biggest thing for me. When on one of the biggest stages on Earth, when one of the biggest stars on Earth acts that way, it makes other people feel like they can act that way. And that is not, and then the other part that bothered me is he acts that way, and then he gets up on stage and gives us all, and he wins his award, and he gives us all a bunch of crocodile tears about how he wants to be a symbol of love.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
And this
right
is
now?
the first time you've done something like that either.
And don't get me wrong. I grew up with I grew up with both of them. I've been watching Rock on Saturday Night Live since the 90s. Been watching Will on Fresh Prince since the 90s.
Yeah,
And all of their movies since, both of them.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of both of them. Like,
But this isn't even the first time Will Smith has like smacked someone. Like, I don't know if you've seen the video of him smacking the reporter.
I didn't
Did you
really no, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Well, there was this video. It was a while back, but it wasn't even like a hard smack. But he was on the red carpet, and it was like in a different country, and this reporter like tried to kiss him on the mouth, and Will backhanded him. It was like, "The fuck you doing, man?" Yeah,
That was my other problem. That was my other problem with it too. And I get where you're coming from with the things in their marriage that they've gone through in recent times. Whatever.
Yeah.
The joke didn't even land. Half the people didn't even get the joke. Like when he said the joke, I was like, "Wait, was she in G.I. one?"
Yeah, I didn't know what
nobody.
was.
Yeah. So for most people, the joke didn't even land, and it is as you said, a barely even a slight jab.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm. And granted, this was an award show, not a comedy show. But if I go to a comedy show dressed like this, as I am on camera on YouTube every single episode, I would totally expect to be made fun of.
Yeah.
And I would not be offended by it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it just, and for him to be that offended by something so little, it's like, dude, man up a little bit. Like, what are you doing? Like,
And the keep my wife's name out your mouth part, that like nobody's gonna do that. She's a celebrity.
Now him saying that put her name in the entire country's mouth.
Yeah.
And that's the other part of this. What if it was all a stunt?
I don't know about that. Because
when have they Chris Rock has been selling. He's had to add shows on his he's currently on tour. He's had to add shows because his ticket sales skyrocketed, and everybody in the world is talking about Will and Jada again.
Well,
so like what? Like all it did was give them more fame.
But they're talking about revoking Will's Academy membership, so he won't attend the Oscars ever again. They're talking about doing that, and Will Smith is facing tons of backlash. So I do not know if this was a good idea. If it was,
first of all, any press is good press, right?
Well, I don't feel like it was because of Chris Rock's voice actor. Like he seemed very thrown off. He seemed really embarrassed, and also he was like, "Oh, we're giving out a documentary," and that's not what he.
And to be honest, that was the other thing is because I actually was watching it live.
Well, did they censor it on your side? Did they censor it when you watched it?
They cut the audio.
Yeah.
They didn't cut the video, but they cut the audio. And so I didn't hear anything until after the fact. I just saw it audio or with no audio. And the way it looked, like the walk up, the slap, and then the walk away, he's smiling. I was like, oh, they were just doing a bit. And I was like, they cut the audio because they were riffing or something like that, and the Academy wasn't expecting him to do that, so they just cut the audio. We missed I was like, we missed one of them telling him a joke or something like that. Like I was like, that's all we missed. And then 5 minutes later, it's on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, I was wrong.
It's like with him smiling, I didn't think that made it any less sincere because I do that when I go
But
like I was
but
smiling.
but it's not, it wasn't just that smile though, it's the body, his whole body language, like the all of it. Like it when I watched it without audio, like watch it again on mute, and it looks like a bit. It just looks like two friends fucking around. Like it looks
I
like
didn't think
their body language and everything, they're all like smooth, like they're not fucking, you know what I mean? Like it's not,
I
he's
don't
not
feel
walking
like
up there with anger, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like he didn't know what he was walking up there to do. I feel like he was walking up there just because he had to, and then once he got up there, he had to do something. I didn't feel like his intention walking up there was to smack him. I feel like once he got up there, he decided to smack him because he was up there already. You know, he had to do something. So
And would you ever just slap somebody?
would I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
You would go for the open hand as opposed to the closed.
Have before. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was telling a story about a fight I got in the other day because I like was there where I got in the fight. Like I revisited the scene, and yeah, my brother was in a sack race, and he like lost.
Revisited the scene.
Yeah. But yeah, my brother was in a sack race and he lost, and this dude was saying something about it. He was telling me, and I was like, oh yeah, I know. And then this girl came up and was like, yeah, don't be a dick about it. And then the guy like pushed the girl, and I pushed him. I was like, don't fucking push a girl. And then he like punched me in the shoulder and was like, don't fucking touch me. I was like, all right then, bro. So I chased him around this track like 3 times. We're getting pulled apart. And he's like, don't ever touch me again. And I pulled my hand back to here and smacked him in the fucking face. And yeah, because like I feel like when you smack someone,
all right.
yeah, when you smack someone, it's not like, oh, you want to fight them. It's like you just want to be like,
back the fuck off.
Yeah,
fucking idiot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
okay. Fair enough. I was wrong about that one. Fair enough.
if I disconnect for a minute, just wait for me and then like put the clips together because my phone's like it's being funky. It's like charging backwards or something.
Oh, for sure. No worries.
But yeah, but I should have enough time.
So yeah. All right. Yeah. Stupid celebrities doing stupid shit. Fuck them.
Yeah. But yeah. Oscars.
Back to the metal. Have you heard this new Shadow of Intent album yet?
I have not.
Oh.
I've known Shadow of Intent, but I didn't start listening to Shadow of Intent until after the show.
Well, in fairness, I think I've seen him open for some people before, but I didn't really get into him until like a month or two ago. So I get that.
Tell me some of the tracks off the song, because I've been listening to From Ruin We Rise like a lot lately. I don't know if that's
the album's called Elegy. And we got Farewell, Saurian King, The Coming Fire of Fury, Intensified Genocide, Life of Exile, Where Millions Have Come to Die. That's a great title. From Ruin We Rise.
I love that one. Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah, dude, that's a good one. Blood in the Sands of Time, Reconquest, and then it's Elegy, and then the last 3 tracks are Elegy 1, 2, and 3, and it's Elegy 1 Adapt, Elegy 2 Devise, Elegy 3 Overcome. That's how it closes. Yeah, man. Great up. This one, I think I got it. Oh yeah, that new Once Human album. I just got that recently too. That's a great album. And then I still haven't heard the fucking did Cannibal say anything about the Corpse Grinder album? Did he say anything?
Yeah, he mentioned it.
I still need to pick up a copy of that because that thing
he was wearing his Corpse Grinder shirt there at the show.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. That's huge. All right. Well, that makes me really happy actually.
But man, it's like Cannibal Corpse. I was gonna say something. But yeah, dude.
What was your okay? How familiar are you with like Cannibal's what Cannibal albums are you more familiar with?
Kill, like the Evisceration one, Eating Back to Life. I like the Live Cannibalism album
Great
a lot. And the one where the chick Butchered at Birth. I like that one. And the one where the chick is like the dead chick is getting eaten out by the dead dude. I don't know the name of it, but that one.
Tomb of the Mutilated.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So you did not say. You said one of my favorites. That you didn't say my other favorites. That's okay. So maybe some of the songs that would hit for me at the show didn't hit for you. Which song were you most excited to see? Was it Hammer?
Priest of Sodom.
Oh, did they play that?
No.
Oh, damn. I was gonna say that's a deep cut. That's
They played Evisceration play.
Yeah.
That
They
was
play
cool.
that every show. Yeah, that's a great live track. Yeah. And that's the other thing. That's the other thing because I love comedians. But my first thought when I look at shit immediately goes to metal. And so we can't be having people walk up on stage on Cannibal when he goes, this song goes out to all the ladies in the crowd, fucked with a knife. You know what I mean? Like that's way more offensive than anything Chris Rock said. And they say that every fucking show. Like
I was talking to my girlfriend and I was like about if I want about her, the hypothetical situation of her going, because she would not like it. Like she can get into metal. She couldn't, she would not like
she doesn't like shit that hard.
No, she could like Cannibal. Like she likes like a lot of the music I show her, but she couldn't, I don't think she enjoyed being there that much in that environment, and she's been to like 2 concerts, but like one was like the Blue Man Group and the other one was like Elton John.
Okay.
So
hang on. Blue Man Group does not count. Elton John totally counts. That was probably an amazing show, actually. That was probably like a really great show.
Yeah, but I did not think we'd like being there. But then I was watching this video because Caleb said he was scared because Corpse Grinder is scary, and I was like, "Well, let me show you this." And I showed him that video of him hopping off stage and beating the shit out of someone in the crowd and just getting back up there. Do you know that video?
Yeah.
And at the very beginning, he was like, "Don't pay attention to your girlfriend. Get in the pit because she's here to see us anyways." And I was like, "Oh man, I'm kind of happy she didn't go now because I would not."
But at the same time, you clearly are now aware of Corpse Grinder style on stage banter.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that everyone in Cannibal knows only dudes go to see Cannibal. That was clearly a show.
Plenty of chicks there. There was plenty.
I'm sure there. No. I'm sure. I'm not saying. I'm sure there were lots of ladies love Cannibal, but like the bulk of the audience.
Yeah, but most of the chicks were for Whitechapel. Most of the chicks were there to see Whitechapel.
That I could see. There we go. That I could totally. Yeah. I could totally see that.
Yeah, but yeah, because like if I was a chick, I would not want to listen to Cannibal. Like, I wouldn't want to listen to Cannibal.
How do you know?
Because like, well, for one, like, mostly Chris's lyrics. Like, I love Chris. Chris is a cool dude.
Because of the misogyny.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But,
fair point.
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
Yeah,
but it's such a fictionalized version of it where it's like it's literally it's like watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Stripped and Strangled, those lyrics do not seem fake at all. That seems like some really specific shit, and that's one of the reasons it bothers me is because it's like it's maybe a few lines, but like,
okay, you know what? I think I know what you're getting at. Have you ever heard? Have you ever been a fan of Eminem at all?
Yeah, well, yeah. Eminem, I had the conversation pretty recently about rap lyrics being like that. Like there was, Tyler the Creator.
I couldn't name you a song, but I know his name.
I like him. I like him as a rapper, but he has this one song. I don't remember what it's called, but he was like, "R word a pregnant bitch and say I had a threesome." That's fucked up. That's not okay, dude. Like, what is he?
Wait, he what? Say that again.
R word, like, the R word.
Oh, I thought he said something completely different.
Well, yeah, he said he was gonna R word a pregnant bitch and tell his friends he had a threesome. Those were the lyrics to one of his songs.
Oh, that's not what I thought you said. No.
Yeah, dude,
that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
See, when it comes to like Okay. So when you listen to a song like Stripped, Raped, and Strangled, does it like make you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
And have you ever heard the song Kim by Eminem?
Yeah, I like him. I do like him. I like that song.
That song makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like I like songs about murder. I like songs about violence.
Yeah, so do I.
Like about things like that.
Yeah.
Do not like
Love it, bro. No. Love murder and violence, but like when it's a little too specific, but at the same time, man, all it is painting a picture with words.
A picture I do not want to see. Like
totally fair. But a picture isn't real. It's just a picture.
Well, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or a drawing, or a painting, or whatever.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And art shouldn't be censored or whatever.
Right.
But yeah,
and I'm not, and I know you're not saying it should be either. But it's just this. But it's totally gotcha. But it's totally okay for even artists that we love to sometimes do things that even make us feel. What is the point of art? It's to evoke emotion.
Yeah.
And so if it makes us feel uncomfortable, it's working, right? Maybe not for the right reasons, but
I don't know, man. It's just like I don't feel like that's the reason Chris Barnes was writing those lyrics. So I
think he was just trying to freak people out.
Yeah. And I can understand that. And even like it was in like I don't know if it was the 80s or 90s, but
90s.
It was before everything, like really before people really.
We're talking 92.
Yeah, it was
93
before moved forward with things like that. It was before people looked at things progressively. But
oh my god, that didn't start happening until like 08.
Yeah, but it's like that doesn't excuse it, but
no,
at least you can understand it. It's like he didn't really think there were going to be any repercussions for saying things like that. But
and he hasn't really experienced any, in fairness.
Exactly. Well, yeah. Well, he's experienced repercussions, but not for that specifically.
Yeah, exactly. For other stupid shit he said.
Yeah. But
shout out to Chris Barnes. We love
it. Yeah. But my sister's right here again. But yeah.
Well, you know what? Wait, what? Go ahead.
I don't know. My sister threw me off. She's right here.
Have we have I had you on since you released the latest Victims of the System?
Not the last two.
All right. I was gonna say we've been going for about an hour, so I can let you go if you're busy. But if you want to get into that for a minute, we can.
No, I'm not busy. I'm good.
All right. Fantastic.
My sister's saying bye.
No worries. Hi, sister.
But no, last two albums.
Yeah. So okay. The most recent one was self-titled. What was the name of the one before that?
What? As They Cower.
As They Cower. Thank you. I mostly wanted to talk to you about. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. I really wanted to talk to you about the newest one though. I want to know any line. First of all, and I know you've told me, but have there been any lineup changes?
Well, yeah, kind of, because Undid and Asshole rejoined the band, and Sam also joined the band.
Yep. And who for the there we go. That's the one I'm thinking of. All right. For the self-titled, where did you get that artwork? Speaking of artwork.
Mysterious 4. He's an artist. I paid for it.
And like was it based on anything, or did you just say give me what you got?
This was already made. I just ordered it. I just bought it from him.
Okay. Because great choice. I really, really want that on a t-shirt. Honestly, it looks absolutely fantastic. It's like I love the color. It's very like kind of
blue.
Yeah, but more. I'm talking more like style, like kind of like a bland pastel, but it works. It makes it the way the blue and the kind of, I don't know, like gray yellow almost come together, make it feel very ominous. Makes it feel very creepy, and I like that. We're talking about a 5-track EP. Now, we talked about this the other night, but I can't remember what you said. Who the hell came up with these last 2 names?
I make all the names.
That's right. And so what the fuck? How do I even say the last 2 titles?
Okay, so the one in Norwegian translates to "She Makes It Safe."
So is that track 4?
The Norwegian one, yeah.
I don't know which one's Norwegian.
The last one's English. The last one is English. It's Alice in Hell.
Oh, well, when I look at it, it's the 2 words together. So I was fucking that up. Sorry.
Yeah,
okay, so the Norwegian one translates to what again?
She makes it safe.
Makes it. Oh, and that one has some meaning behind it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the one before that as well. All of them have meaning.
The eyes of an angel. Of course they do. Of course they do. But what does track 3 and 4 mean to you?
That's about my girlfriend.
Yes, I love it. But of course the album starts off with "I Want to Kill You." Great opening track. Yeah. Great opening track. And then "The Night the Reaper Stalks."
Yeah, 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're good.
No. Okay, I'm back. All right. "The Night the Reaper Stalks."
Yes.
Okay, that is about the night someone dies and how they prepare themselves to die and their slow journey. That's why the emotion changes to the song. It begins with like sadness, then anger, then the solos kind of sad, and then it ends like ominously. You know?
Yes, I do. And what I was gonna say too is that it's definitely one of my favorite songs on the album. Definitely. Now, okay. And what's the first one again? What's the first one?
"I Want to Kill You."
What's that one about?
Wanting to kill people.
In general?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about "Alice in Hell"?
That's a cover of an Annihilator song.
That's right. Beautiful. Now, as you write all the titles and all the lyrics, correct?
Not the lyrics.
Not the lyrics. Sometimes it's Jason.
Yes. Sometimes it's Sam. Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes it's been other people.
Who wrote the lyrics to the first 4 on this one?
There are no lyrics, I believe. It's just noises.
That's right. Okay, yeah. How about the titles? Did you write all the titles?
Yes, I've written every Victims of the System title except 2.
Because
one.
Yeah, that's right. Because I asked you for the lyrics, and you're like, "There aren't any." I was like, "What?" Because it sounds like there are. It sounds like there are, but there aren't. Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't write the names for "A Virgin Prevails" because that's not even really a Victims of the System song. It's just on our album, that's a Jason song.
Right.
And then the one of the tracks on "Mass Human Extermination," and I really regret even letting that one be on there because it's about what we were just talking about with Chris and Stripped and Strangled and why I don't like that. I had nothing to do with that song, and I regret letting it be released under that name.
Fair enough.
You know what song I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
About the woods.
Yep.
Yeah.
So my question to you then, I guess, is with regards to the first 4 tracks on this on this EP, it seems like the first 2 are about something very universal. You know,
Yeah.
we all every human on earth at some point in their life gets angry enough at someone, maybe not to want to actually fucking kill them, of course, but like at some point in our lives we get angry at people and we aren't sitting there wishing them roses and daisies. We're doing other things in our heads, whether it, you know, whatever it may be, you know, different for everybody.
Yes.
And then the next song is about death itself, the Reaper.
Yes.
And then the next 2 are much more personal to you individually. I'm curious, what kind of song do you prefer writing? Do you prefer writing something that's a little bit more like maybe it had like maybe like the Reaper one, maybe it has there's some angle that you take to it as a writer that is very specific in your head, but yet it's a broad enough topic where a lot of people are going to be able to connect to it in different ways? Or do you prefer writing stuff that's way more personal to you, but it would probably still have a similar effect? People will still hear the lyrics and take it their own way. But which style do you prefer? Or do you even have a preference?
Well, that's a good question, and I have a pretty broad answer. It's like with Healing was the first song I wrote about my girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still the best one, you know? And that song really captured what I wanted when I was writing about my emotions. Since then, I feel like every song I do like that is a cheap imitation of Healing. And it's hard to really capture what Healing had as its originality and its perfect example of my feelings. Then with songs about anger, all of them are specific too. All of them are personal. But like, I Want to Kill You, you know, it's like it's good. I like those because they're very easy to capture my feelings. They're very easier to it's easier to capture the anger than it is to capture like love and whatever.
Oh my God. It's way easier, especially in this style of music, of course.
Yeah. But it's also with writing songs like that, it helps me get that feeling out. I don't want to get the feeling out of writing the other songs. The feeling that I'm writing those songs about, I don't want to get that feeling out. But with anger songs, I'm getting the anger out of me. So it's,
wow.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. You just gave me a whole new perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. It's more so with love songs, it's like I'm sharing the feelings. I'm trying to make you feel the feeling. But with anger, I'm trying to get rid of the feeling. I'm trying to get it out of me. I'm trying to stop feeling it. But with love songs, I'm trying to share it with people and show other people that feeling. Yeah.
Dude. I have never thought of it that way ever in my entire life. I always looked at it the same as metal. It's like we just get it out. But with something like that, why would you want to get it out? Oh my God, dude. Okay. That was a great answer to a great question. Excellent. Oh my God. That just blew my mind. I don't even I'm gonna be thinking about that for the next week. I'm like that. This is gonna be in my head for the next week, just like thinking about that perspective. That is, oh wow, you're so right. You're so fucking right. And that was the, oh my God, that was the whole fucking basis for this whole fucking podcast. Yeah. It was, I told Aaron from the very beginning, I was like, I'm not interested in talking about shit I don't like. Let's just talk about shit we love. And it's not that we're getting it out. It's that we're trying to share it and
Yeah.
convince other people to like it like we do.
Hey, look, come here. Actually,
Yeah, they keep opening my door, but yeah.
Don't worry about it. Come on. The background shit is sometimes some of the best part of the podcast. Like the random shit the life shit that just randomly happens. It's kind of the only downside about like doing it in a studio is like nothing random can really happen in here, except unless a cat jumps up on something or something. But
That one time your lights went out like randomly.
yeah, yeah.
That was like Jason was like mid sentence and you like the lights went out and you went, damn it, and then you stood up. That was so funny, dude.
That was good. That was good. Yeah, that was just because I was in a different room at that point in time and I had a different light situation, but that was funny. That was funny, actually.
But yeah, but then all the names and meanings behind the tracks of Misunderstanding also have, not Misunderstanding, As They Cower, all of them have meanings too, and some of them have lyrics. So if you want to ask me about those,
please.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring up the fucking track list because I don't remember the name.
Yeah, me.
You're the guy that wrote them, so now I don't have to feel bad. But yeah, As They Cower. This one, oh come on, where is it? God damn it!
It should be like right before I announced the tour.
Dude, I think we did talk about this one a little bit on an episode because I remember talking to you about the fucking.
Talked about it on the phone. We talked about it on the call.
Okay. I was gonna say I remember talking to you about this album artwork because you just flip the script every time. It's so different every time. Like I love it.
Yeah, the artwork for that one is a drawing of it's a visual representation of what it feels like to have anxiety, and that's what that drawing is.
Who did that?
Some person with anxiety on TikTok, and I saw it, and I was like, "That's mine now."
Well,
wait. You can't really see it because I added a filter over it. But what it is it's a girl sitting like this, and there's a bunch of eyeballs watching her.
Yeah, but your name, the name of the band, is a big chunk of the image.
Yeah.
So you reached out to TikTok person?
No, we don't talk about that.
Okay, all right. I will leave that alone.
Yeah, I'll put the logo and the name on it. I did all that.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Yes.
All I need to know. You know what? You're right. I do want to ask you about some of these. Because this is kind of weird because I actually heard a story about this on a podcast earlier today.
Okay.
What's up with Swallow Your Teeth?
Oh, it's about a person. I'm not going to say who because they're not like a celebrity.
Never have to.
Yeah, it's just a person that I don't like, and it's about me beating the shit out of them until they swallow their teeth.
See, that should be a music video. That should be like, that would be a pretty good music video.
I forgot that was the name of one of our songs until you said that, but I do know.
Okay. I'm sorry. That's so funny. I'm picturing the music video in my head. Well, okay. This is another, this is a 6-track EP this time around. And again, this came out before the self-titled. When did this one come out? January?
I believe so. And then in March, in February, we released the split.
Yep.
In March, we released self-titled.
Again, As They Cower, Victims of the System. Now, do all of the tracks have lyrics?
No, all of them have meaning.
Fair enough. I want to know. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I would have to ask about Disfigurement because that's
not the original name.
Okay.
I had to change it.
Are you allowed to say the original name?
Like disfiguring the bald.
Oh, so it's still just disfigure something.
Yeah. It
Okay.
was more specific though. More specific.
Is it
That one does have lyrics.
and
I don't even have them
are they
memorized.
about you disfiguring someone? What is it?
Somewhat, yeah. It's
Okay.
like making a incision around his skull, fucking like remove
so
the brain.
So the lyrics are very Cannibal Corpse then. They actually describe a torture sequence, basically.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Beautiful.
I had a lyric video made, decided not to post it though.
Why?
The lyrics. The lyrics. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, and obviously, I mean, the number one album or track title on this EP that anyone would have to ask about is Drenched in Puke.
That one is basically the same.
About Jackass 4? No, just kidding.
It's about the same thing as Disfigurement. It had a different name at first too, and don't remember what the first name was, but it was very specific to the same person.
Okay.
About the same thing. Couldn't think of anything else that was like.
Are these your lyrics?
No, it's Jason's. I wrote the names. Jason wrote the lyrics.
So if I were to ask Jason what the lyrics mean, might he tell me something different? Or was it, or did you like give him a blueprint?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. I like that. And yeah, I mean, you got from there, you got Approaching Dark Eternity and Misunderstanding.
All of those have meanings too.
And I'm
Fine.
which one did you? This isn't the one that had. Oh no, I guess not.
I would love to explain those meanings.
Yeah, no, please do.
So
Because in fairness, because like approaching Dark Eternity, Misunderstanding, these are somewhat we both have listened to bands with track titles of similar or the same name. So I'm curious what your interpretations of those are.
Approaching Dark. This is going to be a sensitive topic, so I'm just saying this for anybody watching. It's a sensitive topic and could very well trigger somebody, but I'm not going to say things very specific or detailed. But Approaching Dark is about suicide and the coming to terms with it.
Okay.
And
Coming in terms, in the sense of being
of being someone that does it and being someone that a bystander, of being like coming to terms with that you're doing it, or coming to terms with that someone you know is doing it.
Okay. That's the side of being the bystander that's something I think a lot of people can relate to, including myself. So
Yes.
And then what was it? Eternity?
Eternity is about my girlfriend because I want to be with her for eternity.
You're so cute. And then what was the, God damn it, I closed it.
Understanding, the best song I've ever recorded is what that is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, that is a masterpiece. Now.
Why do you consider it that?
Well, one, just because it sounds way better than anything I've ever recorded, and whether not because it's not death mode, it's more like it just sounds better. It just has like the quality's good, the production is good, all of it's good. And Misunderstanding is about overthinking and killing yourself with your own thoughts, not in a suicidal way, but in more so of a torturing yourself with thinking when all of it could just be a misunderstanding and you not getting to see the whole picture because you're too blinded by your own thoughts.
I think that's something else that is, wow, dude, that's really fucking deep, because that's something that like so many people, again, myself included, can so easily relate to. Everything from you know, getting into a little spat with your buddy, or trying to create art. You know, sometimes you get in your own way. You're like, it's not good enough yet. It's not good enough yet. It's not good enough yet. But really, it's the first one was the best one, but you won't see it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
yeah, that's. Have you ever considered doing, or have you? I don't think you have. Have you ever done a concept out or EP?
Yes, I did actually. I did a concept album before Victims of the System
Oh,
as Aaron Clark. Yes.
what was it about? What was like the story?
Some nerdy ass shit. It was like,
That's all the best stuff.
yeah, it was like a warrior making his way to fight Satan or something. And it was really good. It was incredibly good. I just now recently got access back to it, like the other day. And I did release like one of the songs, but then I took it down. It was only on BandLab.
Okay.
I don't think it was before Victims of the System, but before Victims of the System really, really like got Victims of the System, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it was like before Feed of the Dismemberment. I do know that. And so it's like, yeah, man, it's like approaching the forest, the final battle, fucking the Creek of Contagala or some shit. Like, it was nerdy Zelda type shit.
Have you ever considered doing one with Victims?
I have a lot.
Now, when you think about doing it with Victims, do you think about it in doing it like that way, like the fucking like a warrior's story or something like that, or do you think about it doing in a more personal aspect?
Yeah, I think about like a murder, like not murder I've committed because I haven't committed murders, but yeah, but like, you know, a hypothetical one.
So
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yes, because it's like the closest way to
That
make
could
it.
be with what you've already done. I think that would be lyrically, I think that would be a really cool and sonically, I think that would be a really cool aspect
Yes.
to get to. Like, what kind of a story do you want to tell? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I as a fan, I would be interested to hear that.
Yeah, let me look real quick and I'll tell you what the concept album I did's name was.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Gotta go to BandLab. Because I just got into my old BandLab with all the original Victims of the Systems recordings.
That's awesome.
So, Tale of the Unknown Forest.
Ooh, that's a pretty good title.
Yeah. Let me see if that's part 1, actually. Yeah.
That's a pretty good title.
I'll go look at the names of the songs real quick.
All right.
But I gotta scroll for a minute because this was a while ago. This was like 2020 or 2019, actually. There's just, holy shit. The Defiler. I don't even know what the fuck that says. Smash Skull, what the hell? These aren't the names. I'm just looking at all my old songs.
Oh God.
There's one called Emergency.
One day I will
Pickle Jar.
one day a long time from now I will show you my old songs. They can never be released, but
Anally Fucked with a Hammer.
classic.
Pointless. I remember Pointless. I remember writing Pointless. Okay, here we go. So South of the River is the first one.
I like that.
Town of Sorrows.
Great.
Labithia.
All right.
The Art of the Shadow.
I really like that one.
The Song of Remorse. And then Approaching the Forest.
That's some great track titles right there.
Yeah, and all of these songs are way longer than Victims of the System one. And I'll tell you the story of me writing this, okay?
Yeah.
At my uncle's house, and I was like, I'm gonna record an album right now at 3 a.m. and recorded that whole album in one night at 3 a.m. and it's still better than most Victims of the System shit. And I have no idea what got into me.
Was this the first thing you ever recorded?
No.
Oh, all right. Go on.
But yeah, I was just like 3 a.m. I was like, time to record an album, and it is still better than most Victims of the System stuff. And I do not know what got into me that day, but it was great. The first thing the first thing I officially recorded was called Middle Finger Uprising.
Middle Finger Uprising.
Then the second thing was Inagata Davida.
No.
It was a cover.
No.
With my grandma on drums. And then I did another song with my grandma on drums. And guess what that song was?
What?
Take a guess.
I mean, if the first one's Inagata de Vida, Living the Vida Loca, I don't know.
It was Raining Blood.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And then I started Victims of the System. Oh, dude, that means I can see the exact date Victims of the System got started. Real quick, I can do that.
I need to know that.
Okay.
Because I just did the same thing with Lost in the Dark. So when I was trying to do the 4-year anniversary thing.
Okay. Shit.
And then you also have to tell me how the fuck you have a grandma that can play drums?
I showed her. I showed her. She always wanted to be a drummer, so I recorded 2 songs with her. I just showed her how to play those songs.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool.
July 28th, 2018.
July 28th.
2008.
So the 4-year, your 4 years anniversary is coming up.
Yep.
So we started like 3 months apart from each other.
Yes.
That's fucking insane, dude.
And the first thing we recorded was Smells Like Teen Spirit. It was so bad, the drummer left the band. And the guitarist. So what happened was, I wasn't that good at guitars, so I got a lead guitarist, and I was just going to be rhythm, you know? His name was Toby Rush. Dude disappeared off the face of the planet. Our original drummer's name was Rhino. Our original singer's name was Jacob. I sucked, so Rhino left after. Then I got my brother to be the drummer, and we recorded Lake of Fire. And that one was a little better, but not by much. Then I started a bunch of covers that we never went anywhere with. See, because here's one, like by Metallica. Here's The Unforgiven. Here's Chop Suey. Here's the Z Nation intro. Here's Down with the Sickness. Wherever I May Roam. We're Not Gonna Take It. Hell's Bells. And then Jacob eventually left because he got tired of us recording stuff and then never doing anything with it. So then it was just me and my brother, and I would do the singing with the guitar. So then we recorded Bohemian Rhapsody. Then we recorded Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. And that's when we stopped for a little while. And I was like, what the hell did I just do? Like, I made a soft rock cover band. So then we recorded 3 deathcore black metal tracks for an album, which was like, let me look at the name of it. Death is Our Reward or something. So then we recorded one called Shattered. No. I don't even know where the fuck they're at. What the hell? Renewed. Then it was Months Not Letting Me See That.
Well, once I can figure out how to fucking look at the name, I'll just listen to a second of it, and it was awful. But yeah, it was just some black metal shit. And then we stopped again, and I decided to get serious with it in about 2019. And then by January 2020, we recorded The Scent of Burning Flesh featuring Brain Mold. And then we released that. Then we got contacted by Internal Gangrene Records to release our first album through them. And I named it Fetal Dismemberment. And then that's where it went from there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now I want to be clear. Those covers, you have those on recording?
I do.
Well, you need not ever on this. I will never make you do it on this show, but someday you're gonna have to show those to me.
I'll probably like. I've been thinking about this a lot. I want to release an album called The Throwaways, and it's all our throwaways. No matter how bad, no matter whatever,
That'd be solid.
that's where you can find it.
I would like that. I would
But The
I would love
Throwaways,
that.
I want to think of a different name because The Throwaways is a good name for an album anyways. That's a good name for an album. Like The Throwaways, like as in we, us, The Throwaways, you know?
B-sides.
Yeah.
Just call it B-sides.
Okay.
You know, B-sides or cover / B-sides or the old ones. I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah.
The beginning. Just call it The Beginning.
Yeah. We're gonna have a disclaimer on the start. Be like, this shit fucking sucks. This is why we never released it. Like,
Oh, if you were to ever release something like that, I would say let's fucking do like a full-on episode premiere for that shit. So it just can be like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, this is the fucking crazy shit.
Yeah. But, yeah. It was like when we started doing black metal, I started doing vocals, and it was like I didn't know how to do vocals, but I thought I did. And I would just be like, and yeah, that was just it. I would just be saying whatever came to my mind, like Satan, and that was it.
That's exactly how I started too, honestly. Freestyling death metal vocals, basically.
But
Yeah.
I did vocals on a song on our new album, which I have not talked about yet. I came back to vocals and did vocals.
On something coming up next?
Yes. You want to know what song I did vocals on?
Is it just one track?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
You want to know what I did vocals on so far?
Is it?
Hammer Smash Face.
I was gonna ask if you're gonna tell it to me, it must be a cover.
Yeah. But it's Hammer Smash Face. I recorded the guitar using this Cannibal Corpse pick. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Can you give us any more information on any upcoming releases?
The next full-length project is going to be titled Upon the Crossroads. Before you ask, I have not watched the documentary. Just haven't gotten around to it. I keep forgetting.
Trust me.
I know. I trust you.
I know you do. I know you do. But like, it will give you ideas of shit to write about. I promise you that.
But yeah. But yeah, Upon the Crossroads is the next one as of right now.
Any tentative release time-ish months?
Next month, April.
Okay. All right.
I want to keep up with releasing something every month.
And is it, you said full length?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully. I'm also releasing something with my new band, which I do want to talk about sometime during the podcast. My new band, Powermatic, with my boy Trevor Fowler, who's grounded as shit right now. So, yep.
So it's a little bit on hold for the moment.
Yeah.
But what's it called?
Yeah.
Powermatic?
Powermatic, the first project's called Rigid.
And so everybody should be looking out for that as well.
Do you want to know where we got the names?
I do.
Things we saw in welding class. There was a machine that said Powermatic, and then there was a drill that said Rigid on it, and we was like.
And you've been really interested in that lately. You've been sending me some of the shit you've been welding. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yep, I welded 2 pieces of metal together for the first time recently.
That's awesome. I have
Yep.
no idea how to do that. That's fascinating to me.
I
I love
love
that
that.
stuff.
But yeah, but I'm doing it. Doing good with it.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, we have been going for almost an hour and a half, so I'm probably gonna let you go. I don't want to
There's
keep you
one
all
more thing
night.
I wanted to talk about though.
Please do, please. Yes.
The tour, because that's kind of quieted
Wow.
down.
Well, I was gonna bring it up, but I wasn't sure if anything new had been announced yet.
With ours, no, but like we're going on tour, man. We're
Yes,
going on
you are
tour.
going. Yeah, victims. And I was gonna mention it on the intro and the outro anyway. But yes, victims of the system will be on. It's all Michigan dates, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's all Michigan dates. Around Michigan Metal Fest, around August. When's Michigan? Like I can't remember if it's the first or second.
20th something.
So a little bit, sometime around a little bit late August. There will be some dates that and then as soon as we get them locked in, we're going to be promoting the living fuck out of them because we'll be at every single one. And it's going to be a blast, man. We're going to have a really good time.
We're going to do a real life interview, right? Real life episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're going to be, and we're going to do an episode in person. Yes. For the first time ever, ever. And that's going to be, I'm really looking forward to this.
My uncle will be there.
Yes.
You can ask questions you want. He was once in a band. They're available on YouTube. One little video of them.
Name?
Their band was called Them.
Them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
send that to me. I'll check it out.
I will. It's on the same channel that there's that video of me singing "I Want to Rock."
Oh. Yeah. Okay. When you were little.
Yes. And then you remember when I was like, "Hey, Burton, buy a Mass Human Extermination CD"? Did you ever do that?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh,
I think it's.
You never told me.
I thought I did. I'll have to double check.
I'll send you the link again if you want.
Yeah, do that just so I can be sure. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
But yeah, man. As always, this is a fucking blast. I love doing these with you. You're the fucking best. And I'm sure. Yeah, you'll be back on. I know we have you on once every couple months, and then and I know I think we're gonna be doing, and I'll keep you posted because I think I'll be doing an episode with Jason about his solo project soon.
Yeah.
So if you want to like call in on that, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But so I'll keep you posted about that. But other than that, man, thank you very much for your time tonight. And this was a great one. This was really good, actually. I loved this. So I'll hit end record and then we'll wrap up. But thank you very much. And everybody listening, Crip Crew, everybody be sure to check out all things Victims of the System and brand new self-titled album or EP out now, just got released, and lots more to come. Some of their first ever tour dates coming up, and shit's about to get crazy. So hope you all enjoyed this one. Everybody horns up for Victims of the System. Good night. This is the art of the podcast. This episode exemplifies the art of the podcast in general, because this is the thing is the more you podcast with someone, the better the episodes get. And Aaron has graced us with his presence more than almost any other guest we've had on. So him and I have a really good rapport, and so when we get on, it's just two friends shooting the shit at this point. You know, it's no interview. You know what I mean? It's just a podcast. And I have so much fun every time I get to talk to him. And we had a great time on this one, and I hope you all enjoyed it too. Again, everybody be sure to check out all things Victims of the System. They're amazing, and they will be up here in Michigan on tour in August. So look out for some announcements coming from that. But that is going to do it for this episode of Lost in the Dark podcast. Thank you all so much, all of you, Crip Crew, everyone seeing this right now. If you're seeing this right now, you're a real motherfucker. please, let us know you're listening. Let us know. We don't know who's listening. So let us know you're listening. It'd be awesome. And thank you so much for taking this ride with us and enjoying this episode. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. But without further ado, that's going to do it for this episode of Lost in the Dark podcast. Everybody be sure, as always, put your fucking horns and bang your goddamn heads. We love you all to death. Good night.
Lost in the dark.